What's up, listeners?
You were listening to CuboldCast.
A podcast focused on co-op and multiplayer gaming experiences. Our hosts are Caleb, myself, Jay,
What's up?
and Chug.
This is our fifth and final episode in our series, Is It Worth Revisiting? In this episode, we will be talking about No Man's Sky, the 2016 space exploration game from Hello Games. If you haven't heard of No Man's Sky, it is a game that allows you to explore a near infinite number of galaxies and planets.
I just ordered my hazmat suit on Amazon.
Did you?
No.
We already have gas masks at home.
Do you really?
Yeah, for work.
Yeah.
We keep them all in the truck. We're fully prepared.
You should walk around Walmart with that on.
Oh, man.
We should.
Just start
We freak some
screaming.
people out.
With the gas mask?
Yeah, probably. Well, and a hazmat suit.
You were walking around with that?
No, we should do it.
Oh.
We should also
people
take
thought-
one of the sprayers, too, and make it look like we're disinfecting something.
People.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you get everyone out of Walmart if you want to have no lines.
One of my friends at work, he was saying that he was at Walmart with his wife, and she was like, "Oh, this line is forever," and he's like, "No, it's not," and he's like, and he like coughed in his shirt, and then like people started like backing away and like pretending like they had to get more stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
I actually want to try that.
It's honestly weird.
It
Like,
is.
I'm kind of bored.
I want to go to the gym. Like,
Yeah.
second day of this stupid shutdown, and I was already stir crazy, even though I probably wouldn't have been doing anything different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I just knew
Just
that
the
I didn't
thought
have
of
the
you can't-
option.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, I know. And then one of our friends is home from college, and we can't even go to a restaurant. It's all
Yeah,
I know.
closed.
The gym is closed, too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's nothing to do now,
I
and it's
know,
raining
it's
today, so we can't bike.
That's why I bought a bike, so I can actually like get some sort of workout in. So since we're quarantined and stuck in the house, now we have had a lot of time to be able to play video games. So we've been playing No Man's Sky. So let's talk about when the game was announced.
We were all excited about it. I don't know about you, Chug, but Caleb and I, we were so excited for this game.
Yeah.
And we were watching all the interviews and the announcement trailers, and we were planning on buying it on release.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and we were both really excited for it.
Well, we were all excited.
Well,
Chug?
I wasn't
were you?
really like looking into it. I was like happy that it was coming out, but I wasn't really watching the interviews and different things.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the trailers and was like, "Oh, this game looks sick," but
Yeah.
I wasn't like as following it like you guys were.
Yeah. Jay, me and you were like really pumped for the game.
Yeah, because like the promise of infinite exploration, like
Yeah.
in
I mean, it's
legit whole planets that you
Yeah.
can explore.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they were promising that the planets were what, like the size of Earth or something. Like if you were to fly,
Well, they
around,
are.
Yeah, if you were to fly around the planet, it would take you however long, like a week or something, to get all the way around it, right?
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
And yeah, an infinite universe where you can go to, an almost infinite amount of galaxies with however many planets in them. So
it's insane.
and I don't think there's a game that does the same thing now, but even at the time, it sounded insane.
I don't think there is a game like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm still surprised at the whole scope of the game.
Yeah.
Like I opened the star chart or whatever you call it, the galaxy map, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of small because I kept moving my mouse around and just looking around the area. But then I realized you could move the arrow keys and keep flying.
yeah.
I was blown away by that. Like, that's
Yeah.
insane.
If you looked in the top right corner, it actually has a picture of the entire universe,
Oh,
and
really?
it shows you where you are specifically in the universe.
Yeah.
And if you hold it down, it's like it barely moves. Even if you like sit there for a while, it just barely moves. It's huge.
Yeah. It is pretty insane. But that was exciting,
Mm-hmm. And we were most excited for multiplayer with it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we wanted to play together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, that was one of the promises when the game first came out.
Yeah, I remember watching the interview where, what is it, head developer? Or
Sean
Murray?
Yeah.
Somebody asked him if they could join their friends and actually go explore with them, and he just said outright, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because I saw an edit on YouTube where it like zoomed to his face and he was smiling real big and he paused and he's like, yeah. It's like so funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But they made a lot of promises in the announcement of the game and that really hyped people up.
Yeah.
And later, obviously a lot of those promises, actually most of those promises didn't even come true.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, it's kind of like Battlefront 2.
No,
No,
really.
not in the way of gameplay wise. I'm just saying like with the way it kind of not the microtransactions either. Just in the beginning, it was like slow, and then
You mean like the transformation of the
yeah,
game?
Oh,
and
transformation,
over,
yeah.
transformation over a couple years, it just it got better. So
But the reason it didn't do well was because it was so overhyped.
The hype was
Yes.
huge.
It was massive.
Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah. Because if they had delivered on everything they promised, it would have been one of the biggest games
I
ever.
say
Yeah.
it probably would have been like close to the most successful game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But as soon as it came out and everyone found out the truth about all the things they were promising,
Yeah.
it just went downhill from there.
Well, okay. What did they promise? What did they promise before the game came out? They definitely promised multiplayer.
Did they promise base building at that time?
there was no base building.
No, that came out in a later update.
Really?
Actually,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I don't think they promised base building.
Mm.
I don't think they did. I know for a fact that the head developer was talking about that you and your friend could travel to the same galaxy, the same planet, and see each other. And then later, when the game came out, two people were live streaming or something, and they went to the same planet, and they were looking at the same area, and they couldn't see each other.
Yeah. And I think at a later update, they released something where you would see a floating orb, and that orb was another player.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was their first multiplayer update.
Yeah, but they were promising full-blown multiplayer when the game came out.
Yeah.
And that was a huge criticism for most people.
It's almost like if they didn't promise multiplayer, if they're like, okay, it's a single-player game, and maybe later we'll add multiplayer, it wouldn't have been that bad.
It would have been better.
Because
Yeah.
people still play it single-player. Sam plays it single-player.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
remember what we said about Sea of Thieves is they should have released it in early access.
Yeah,
They should have
then-
done that with No Man's Sky, definitely.
Yeah, it felt like it definitely felt like an early access game.
Like, you don't release a full, I think it was $60 when it came out.
It was.
Mhm.
Full $60 game that's definitely underdeveloped,
Yeah,
and then say it's finished.
yeah, and make promises that they know weren't true.
Yeah.
I mean, how could that developer just look at the cameras in the interviews
Say
and say
so bluntly?
yes?
He might have been desperate. I don't know. Like,
I
I
have
don't know
no
if the company
idea.
was desperate at that point.
I think he was like scared.
No,
Yeah.
later
He had
on,
so much.
after that interview, I'm pretty sure somebody said when the game finally came out, somebody said in another interview that the multiplayer wasn't promised or something.
It definitely was.
It was though.
No, but they said that they were planning to do single player the
Oh.
whole time.
Oh, you mean that the company was saying that?
Yeah, they were planning
They
on doing
weren't.
single player the whole time, but the guy bluntly lied to the people who were interviewing him.
Oh, so it's just false advertising.
Pretty much.
But one guy, the head developer, was lying to everyone.
Was he the head developer or like the marketing developer or something?
I don't know. He was someone. He might have been like the head of the. It's not a big. It wasn't a big group.
Yeah, they have a couple other games. I was just on their website.
There are indie
Yeah, but-
games though.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not anything like this. I
Mhm.
mean, they took on something huge.
It's definitely impressive what they accomplished.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
But if they hadn't done those promises, I feel like it would have been much bigger than
Oh,
it is.
another promise they made is that like, when you go into a galaxy, there'll be freighter fights and pirates will attack you. When the game first came out, there wasn't any.
Huh.
None
there
at
wasn't
all?
any-
Or was it just
No,
very
there were
sparse?
pirates.
But they didn't. There weren't like freighter battles.
Yeah,
going
there were
on.
just pirates that would attack you sometimes.
Yeah, because in the trailers you would see like this huge
Oh, I remember
battle.
that.
Yeah, and then like gameplay, you go in and there wouldn't be a battle, or if there was some sort of fighting, it was like two little ships.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like they advertised. So they really beefed up the advertising, like really falsely.
Yeah,
it
and
was bad.
They're probably hoping to drive mega sales to it, but
So then they could fix it later or something.
possibly. But see, I wonder if they actually accomplished their goal. I wonder if their goal was to get a ton of sales at first and then later implement those things, or they
It's
were
a
just
horrible plan.
terrible at advertising. I know it is a
Maybe-
horrible plan, but
Jay,
have
maybe
no idea.
they made the tutorial so long in the
Oh, so that-
beginning.
I don't
and
think that was
so-
there.
No, I'm saying maybe if they made the tutorial so long in the beginning, you couldn't refund the game. Because after an hour goes by, you cannot refund.
Well,
it
I'm pretty
on
sure
Steam
that, and I'm pretty
especially.
sure it was there because I remember Sam when he first got it. I'm pretty sure he got in the chat and he was talking about it.
It wasn't an hour though.
It might not have been as long.
I spent like the first hour on the planet getting the ship and stuff, if even that. And then the remaining 2 hours I spent on the tutorial was with the base building side, which wasn't even in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it probably was just under an hour.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I remember they got swamped with refund requests.
yeah.
I remember hearing about people asking for a refund.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, I have Steam charts up right now. The all-time peak was 212,000 players at once.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
They
That's
made
so
a lot
small.
of money.
Well, for an indie game, Caleb, that's pretty big.
Well, No Man's Sky isn't an indie game.
It
It
is
is.
an indie game,
It
definitely.
They're indie developers, yeah. They're not partnered with a large corporation that,
Like this isn't EA we're talking about. This is
Oh,
a random
yeah.
little game studio.
and they published it themselves, right?
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. I didn't see any other
Yeah,
publisher.
there's both.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what does that compare to? What other games? Like in terms of peak?
What are some popular indie games? Like indie games or games in general?
Games that would compare. Like there's no CFDs on Steam, so we can't compare that one.
Yeah,
But what do you say? 200,000 was the peak.
212.
Let's look at a game like PUBG was like 1 million, right?
There was like 3.
Well, yeah.
3 million?
It was like
But
3
Is
million.
PUBG considered an indie game?
No.
Not really, right?
Well, I mean,
It
it
was.
was. It's
But
not
now it's not.
But now they
yeah.
have a whole corporation around it.
Yeah.
Is that the same with No Man's Sky though?
No. I think
No.
they're still alone. They're not partnered with any other
Okay.
corporation.
Borderlands
That is
3 all-time peak 93,000.
Really?
That's on Steam though.
Yeah.
And it was already out on Epic Games
Oh, okay.
for like maybe 8 months.
I mean,
Let
still
me see
though,
something else.
212 for an indie game.
Maybe
I mean, obviously
Rust.
the hype was huge.
Well, not a lot of people want to
Rust
buy a
all-
second
wait,
copy of
Caleb.
it.
Yeah.
Rust all-time peak 97,000.
Rust?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive for a
That
launch.
is impressive. Yeah. That's only on Steam.
Yeah. I mean, they have it on console and stuff too.
Yeah. Well, it launched on PS4 first, and then later it launched on Xbox One.
Okay.
Like a year or two later.
Terraria all-time peak 158,000.
What?
That's just on Steam. There are many other platforms
Okay.
that's on there.
Yeah. So it did really well.
That's a pretty impressive launch.
But I mean, think about it. Like people who bought, I didn't buy the game. I didn't pre-order it. But people who pre-ordered the game didn't even know what was coming
Yeah.
until they
Yeah.
launched the game. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I don't know if it's just a head developer, but how can you lie about so many things like that are core to the game,
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
and then just wait for people to find out? Like,
And
that
that's
must have
why
been
I don't
terrifying.
pre-order most
Huh?
of the time. That's
Yeah,
why I don't pre-order.
I don't really pre-order either.
It depends on what it is. Like, if I know a game is going to be good, like it got
Yeah.
good reviews, I'll pre-order hours before it comes out.
Well, yeah, a
to get
couple
the
hours.
bonuses.
Yeah,
Like, I
like beta.
pre-ordered Borderlands 3
yeah.
because I wanted the bonuses.
Yeah,
Well-
but you knew that was going to be good.
Yeah,
was-
that's true.
yeah. I did the same thing for Battlefront 2. Like, I pre-ordered
yeah.
it an hour before this,
Yeah.
or before it came out, just so I can get the I forget what it was, but like a couple extra like points and
I think skins or
yeah,
something.
skins, yeah,
Yeah, I pre-ordered Red Dead 2 day before it came out.
we both did.
yeah.
But-
I mean, Red Dead's like yeah. Rockstar games are like they're amazing.
Like, we already knew it was good
yeah.
Yes.
on console. So,
Oh yeah, true. It was out for a couple
for like
years.
a year,
Or a year,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 212,000 all-time peak is pretty huge.
But I wonder how many of those people refunded.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm actually curious to see if there's numbers about that.
Yeah.
Because I know they were just swamped with refund requests.
Yeah. That's crazy.
2 million copies were sold at least, and this was in 2016. People were writing about it. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like,
Ooh.
if the game is $60,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
That is a lot actually.
I'm
but-
surprised they haven't made any other games since then.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Probably
They're
focused on
yeah.
building this one up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how much their company was worth before that. But it was worth like 120 million just from the game sales after
least,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they put a lot of that towards the game.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, just to work on it.
Yeah. And so we never played it in the beginning. We just watched other people's reviews of it.
Well,
And-
I wanted to make sure. I wasn't skeptical about it which is kind of weird when all the hype was going on. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
I wanted it to release first. I'm glad I did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd say that was probably the most hyped game I've ever seen.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, with games like that, you don't really pre-order it.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, thinking back on it, it was really hyped.
Do you remember a game called Godus? Godus?
No.
There was this guy a few years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was, but
Isn't it mobile?
it is. But they released this one game where you had to chip away at this large rock.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was hyping it up saying, the first player to get to the center of this rock gets an amazing prize. And so these players were going in, spending hours and days chipping away at this rock, trying to get to the center. And then when the player finally released it or hit the center, the developer or whatever came out and said, so this person's going to be a god in this video game. And they're releasing a new game about it. And it was a game, like a civilization game, where you had to command villagers and stuff.
Yeah.
And he really hyped it up, saying like the god could go into people's worlds and create rules and stuff like that. And when the game came out, it was just totally like a flop. I haven't even heard about it since.
Wow.
It sounds kind of similar, but it wasn't anywhere compared to No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm surprised neither of you heard of that.
What, Goddess?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Well,
I've played Goddess before.
the whole story surrounding it, though,
No,
like-
I haven't.
it's just weird. I kind of want to read about that again because
Yeah.
it's like disappeared.
Huh.
I mean, I have played Goddess on mobile. I don't get what the hype is about.
Yeah. Huh.
I can't even count the updates. I really didn't look at all of them, but I've only known the most recent one, the Living Ship one,
Mhm.
Yeah.
in which you can get an egg. You can literally hatch it, and it turns into a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's so weird, but it's cool.
Yeah.
That's really unique. I've never heard of that anywhere else.
Yeah. You know, I think for like the first month or two after the game release, I think the developers kind of just like went into a hole for a little bit because I don't remember them replying to anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I know that Sean Murray or whatever his name is, I think he like didn't respond to any like Twitter or he didn't respond to anyone for like a month or two.
That's crazy.
because they had so many refund requests, they couldn't do anything else.
Or he was just scared to come out.
I would be.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he was lying about it so much.
But what was the update after that? Like, what did they do? What was the next big thing they added? Besides multiplayer.
Well, yeah, that was like the big thing. I think they were mostly working on that. And they were working on a ton of bug fixes.
Yeah, because it was really
So-
glitchy.
It was so glitchy.
I remember seeing the glitches of the creatures.
Yeah.
They were just like giant messes of textures and stuff.
Yeah.
I could just keep thinking of the glitch in Ark, where you saw the Brontosaurus or whatever, floating with the 4 legs in the air.
That was awesome. I haven't seen anything like that in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
The creatures in that are pretty cool though.
They are. They're unique to each planet too.
Yeah.
Which are
Well,
insane.
I have seen the same animal on another planet.
Well, you can't have billions
Same
and billions
system?
of different animals.
I don't think it was the same system either.
Huh.
Okay, if you notice, each of the animals, the ships, they all have a base design to them.
Yeah. But then the colors are different.
No, not the. I mean, yes, the colors are different, but if you notice, the wings, the front, the back, different parts of the ships, they all have a base to it. So let's say like there's like 5 different ship types. There's like Explorer, there's Shuttle, there's Hauler. It's just there's so many. All of them have a base design to them,
Yeah.
and it's like random. Whichever there's different wings. I don't know. It's really cool how they did it.
Yeah.
It's
same
like-
thing with the animals, right?
Yeah, and you get to choose whichever ship you want. I don't know. It's just they did it really well.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool how in each galaxy the sky's a different color.
Yeah.
Like
that's cool.
I don't like the red color though. I feel like it's kind of like you're on edge a little bit around
Yeah.
there. It kind
I
of feels
the
like
purple ones.
Yes.
Purple.
I don't know if I've seen purple. Actually, I probably have, but I've seen blue a lot.
Colors
Yeah.
represent the type of galaxy.
Really?
What are
yeah,
the
the
different
colors
types?
like green represents emerald. On the planets there's emerald. And then you have to get different hyperdrives to get to different galaxies.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, if you try to warp to one that's near you, it says like
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
need this to get to this galaxy.
Mhm.
You actually need to get the upgrade to your starship before you can go there.
Huh.
So once you have like the best hyperdrive, you can go anywhere.
Yes.
And also, galaxies have their own. What is it?
Space station.
Well, yeah, all of them have their own space station, but they also have like a financial standing or something. Like a
Chug keeps crashing the economy of those places.
really.
Yeah, with my merchant vessels, I would literally fill my entire inventory up with units, go to the nearest trade station, sell it. I would sell it for about 18 million per.
Mm-hmm.
I would drop it. I would go there again, fill my inventory. It would be 2 million.
Yeah,
it would literally drop the economy.
Because you make them buy your stuff.
Pretty much.
And so, have you done it to Ben's world yet?
I haven't.
You crash Ben's economy and he goes back to buy or sell some stuff and
That'd be
everything's
so
super
funny.
inflated.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
that is pretty cool. I like that element in it too.
What do you think about the whole language system?
It's in depth.
It is, but I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, I learned like 50 words yesterday or
Yeah.
something, and because I went to like 12 different galaxies
Mm-hmm.
in a couple hours looking for this stupid ship to get, and I mean, it's kind of cool over time how you can slowly see what they're saying,
Yeah,
but I don't really get what the option practice language skills does.
yeah, I don't know what that is.
Like, I've done that a bunch of times, and like 90% of the time, the creature gets mad at me and reduces standing with their
You have
whole
to
race.
look at what it's saying, and then it gives you 4 options. If you choose the right one, you learn another word.
The right one? What do you mean right one?
Like,
Right word.
Well, the weird thing is, though, it only shows you words you've learned before. Like, if you only learn one word of a race, and let's say you learn the word friend, it only tell you to say friend. So you click that, and then they freak out thinking you're going to attack them or something. And your standing's reduced. So I don't know how there's a right or wrong option.
Wait, how many languages are there?
there's 5 different. There's 4. There's 4 different languages,
Okay.
and each race has a standing.
Yeah, I know that. And also, I've mostly learned my words from like exploring planets.
Yeah, they have those shrine things.
Yeah, and then you like go to the shrine and it'll say like, oh, you learned the word, this. Or,
You can go to the space stations and talk to every single creature
Yeah, I know that,
are
yeah.
walking around.
That's
You
what I
can
did
learn-
in every
you learn
galaxy I
words
went
there.
to.
I've never even like run into the problem where I need to know the language though.
No, you
Yeah.
don't really need to. You can just see what they're saying.
Yeah, it'll translate it, right?
No, well,
It'll be like
your
a
person
weird
acts
blob.
confused.
What?
Your person kind of acts confused sometimes of what he said.
Hmm.
But I'm guessing like once you know a language fluently, which I don't know how long that would even take.
Yeah.
There's only like 40 words in each language.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that many.
That must be really weird. Only 40 words.
Probably like just the amount of words that they need to like
Say stuff
for the whatever the
like the
people are saying.
basics.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already learned 50 words total, and like in every conversation, there's like one word highlighted.
Yeah,
So it feels like there's a lot more.
there might
Or
be.
maybe you're getting like a mix of like all 4.
Well, yeah, it was a mix.
Well, no,
but
if you're talking to one race, it's only one language.
Yeah.
space stations are pretty cool though.
They
Yeah.
are.
I like the idea that there's a hub in every galaxy,
Yeah.
and you could fly there and buy
sell
and sell.
stuff, buy, talk to people.
Yeah,
I-
I haven't bought another ship yet.
Yeah, I like how you can buy ships from people that just fly in.
Yeah,
Or like
It's like, hey, I want this. How much you want for it?
yeah, pretty much. You could do it to like anything.
Mhm.
Also, the freighters in the sky, you could just go up to them and buy them
Yeah.
if you didn't get the free one already.
Yeah. I think they've done a pretty good job with the world building outside the planets.
Yeah.
On the planets, there isn't really any. There's,
Yeah.
I mean, you see the shrines on the planet and then like the buried things you can get,
Yeah.
but I mean, you might see those droid things on there. I don't know what those are called. Sentinels or whatever. Yeah, you might see those on the planet, but other than that, like, it's not like the planet has its own history and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's the animals, which actually I don't personally. I don't really see I don't really like how the animals are done. I feel like they're really bland.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you can obviously in each planet there's like the animals look different, but I feel like because they're randomly generated, it almost doesn't give them like personality or like it doesn't make them unique.
yeah.
I feel like they're just like 2 legs and like some random head and a body.
Remember the
Yeah.
one I
They
showed
don't
you
do
last night,
anything.
Chug?
Yes.
That thing was weird.
It was.
His whole
I've
body
seen-
was fat and his legs were skinny.
Yeah, I've
Jay,
seen some pretty weird
Going
stuff.
back to what you said before about the building of the game in space, I think you're actually right with that because there's been like 30 or 40 galaxies that I've went to that I didn't even touch the planets.
Yeah, same.
Like, you don't even need to go to the planets if you have enough money.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even mine anything anymore, right?
No, I pretty much just go to my merchant vessels and sell it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem, which...
Well, when we first started, remember, Sam took us to the ancient bones planets.
Yeah.
And we were just digging up ancient bones and selling it. We would get like 5 million per sell, which was really good. That's where we got our base money, which I think that's your issue. That's how we got our money.
Yeah, but that's kind of stupid if there's one way to get rich quick and then you don't need to touch the rest of the content in the game.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really feel like I have any drive to explore the planets.
Yeah.
Some planets are really cool. I went to this one planet where it was like a snowy planet and the sun came up and it was amazing. The graphics are pretty decent, but like it was beautiful. Like it was a really cool planet.
I feel like if they did the planets like Astroneer did their planets.
Well, they actually developed their planets. Like they modeled them and worked on them.
But I'm saying like
randomly generated.
Like there's different layers of of each planet.
What do you mean?
Like you can dig to the center.
Can you?
I mean, you can in No Man's Sky.
What's at the center?
There are caves. I don't.
Astroneer?
No, No Man's Sky.
I don't
nothing. Know. You probably just come out the other end.
That'd be weird. Imagine digging a hole all the way through and you like
that would
fly
take
down.
forever because the planets are massive.
Yeah.
But, like, have you ever dug to the center in Astroneer?
Yeah, we went to that.
That's right.
That place, so then you can like.
It's
teleport
crazy.
Or something.
The gravity is weird. Like
yeah,
you go in and if you jump to one side, your guy flips and he goes and he flies this way.
Yeah.
And he could jump. I don't know. It's kind of crazy how they did it, but.
Another cool thing about No Man's Sky is that it's like all in real time.
Yeah.
So if you're flying normally to like a planet, you're gonna have to go through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it'll take you like 2 weeks, but obviously you can hyperdrive and get there in like 20 seconds. Otherwise, that would be ridiculous.
I actually love that though. Like you see a planet in the sky and you know you can go there if you want to.
Yeah.
Or I love the planets with the rings around them. And when you're on the planet, you look up and you see the giant ring. Like, it just feels so cool.
It's really cool. I like that about it.
And every time I go to a new planet, I always, like, kind of amazed that they're able to do that.
Yeah.
But the planets almost feel disconnected from the actual space part of it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you will see ships on the planets every once in a while, which I don't know where they're going. Do they
They're
have,
going
like,
to the trade platforms.
They have those on the planets?
There's, like, 3 or 4 on each planet.
I haven't seen those yet. That's weird. But they need more to do on the planets.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it just feels disconnected.
Yeah.
You know? Like when I go to a planet, I don't even feel the need to build or even explore because I know that it's.
I've built 2 bases so far, and I've dismantled both of them to go to another galaxy.
Yeah. It is cool though because you'll see like a mountain in the distance, and you know you can just fly there or walk there.
Yeah.
Like either one, you can still get there.
Vehicles to drive there and stuff.
Yeah, the only reason I built a base on the planet Ben was on was because I wanted to be close to where his base was.
Yeah.
There was not really incentive for that planet. What?
Can you make multiple bases?
You can have as many as you want.
I don't like Ben's planet.
I just made one on there just because.
It's like it's kind of like deserty, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Can you like have like 10 different bases and different galaxies and just teleport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
as long as you have power to the teleporter?
Can you like use solar power and power the teleporters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on my base, I have like 5 batteries, and I have a ton of solar panels on the roof, and I have the wires going directly to the batteries. It charges it. It literally lasts like 5 days without the solar panels.
And then the solar panels will recharge it.
Yeah,
So it's infinite power.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I haven't really teleported yet because I kept dismantling the base. How does that work?
So basically, any space station you go to in any galaxy, you could teleport to it. So if you're,
Like, do you have like a list of bases?
it tells you everything. It tells you a list of every place you could teleport to.
places you've been.
Places you've been. You had to go there.
What places you put a teleporter?
No.
No, you
Really?
Can, like if I warp to a galaxy,
you can go to places you placed a teleporter, but you can also warp to any space station you've been to.
So when you do that, your ship automatically comes with you?
Yes.
That's cool, actually. Does that cost anything?
Nope. It's free.
I'll have to do that. And that'll make it easier to get back to the story area,
Yeah, that's exactly why they did it.
which I haven't really done much of the story, but I think the tutorial was way too long.
yeah.
Like I spent 3 hours doing that thing, and partially because they don't give you very clear instructions. So I'd go to like one planet, and I'd be looking around for like one material for like 20 minutes straight, and then I'd find it and I'd craft it, and then I'd go to the next thing.
Did you use the scanner?
Yeah, I did, but sometimes some planets like oxygen is hard to find. And stuff like that.
Oxygen is hard to find.
It's annoying. I mean, I found a huge stash on one planet yesterday, but sometimes it takes forever to find it.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to a space station and just buy out all their oxygen and their ferrite dust.
But you can do that since you're like a millionaire.
Oh, that's true.
I only have like a couple 100,000.
Yeah, true. It's like 100,000 per to buy out all of it.
And I didn't even see oxygen in the place that I saw.
Oh, every space station has it. You just have to
Really?
look for it. Yeah.
In the Galaxy trading post?
In the trade platforms, space stations, anything. As long as they have a buy sell thing there.
Yeah. And
I was gonna say, did either of you guys get like the mining laser, advanced mining laser? How hard is that to get?
not very hard, I don't think, right?
It's not hard.
Because as you go through the planets, you have a mining laser and also a digger laser.
You mean terrain analyzer? Or not terrain
No,
analyzer. Terrain manipulator.
No, I'm just trying to explain it for like the people who haven't played the game. You have this one tool that can dig the ground, kind of like an Astroneer. If you've never, or I don't know if you played Astroneer, but what can you compare that to? What's another well-known game?
I don't know. It just destroys the ground. Like it'll dig it up.
Yeah, it's not like Minecraft blocks. It almost just like creates like a circle, and you just.
I was gonna say Subnautica, but I don't know.
No, they removed that from Subnautica.
They have it in creative mode, but
Only in creative.
Yeah.
But and then you have a laser tool that you can extract materials from the other plants and enemies,
rocks and things like that.
Yeah, and so you use that to craft different things for your ship and for yourself, and you can get a different mining laser that you can destroy bigger items. Yeah, and I'm assuming you get a lot more materials from those.
From the bigger items, yeah.
So how do you get that mining laser?
You need to unlock the schematics for it.
How do you do that?
You need in the space station. There's different vendors. If you go to the one that's multi-tool, there's a list of different upgrades you can get for your actual multi-tool. You can also purchase a new one there. So that's
a new one. Why would you purchase a new one?
More slots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought a new one. Or
I got one from I got one for 1.5 mil units.
Wait,
yeah,
it's like class A.
Do the terrain tools? Do they have classes too? Oh yeah, class A. Yeah.
The terrain tools? No.
You just said I got a class A.
What?
You just said I got a class A.
Multi-tool.
Terrain
right?
tool.
Oh, multi-tool.
Multi-tool. Yeah.
Yeah. The ships have classes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Class, what is it?
The class
C, B,
system, yeah.
A, and then class S is the highest.
Yeah.
So you get better specs, like a better shield.
But I heard
weapons.
class S is class A and class S. There's not really that much of a difference between them. So if you get a class A, it could be even better than a class S.
Yeah.
Now, is there a laser gun or something you can get?
Yeah, you could get weapons for your multi-tool.
Okay, because when I first spawned, the game put me on an acid planet with sentinels.
Yeah.
And they kept swarming my ship and killing me when I was trying to finish the tutorial. And that's annoying because, number one, I was dying by the acid rain. Yeah. There were stupid plants around killing me. And then there were robots flying at me that I couldn't do anything about.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, that didn't make me want to keep playing.
Yeah.
It made me
I was
annoyed.
On a hazardous planet, too.
Yeah, but did you have sentinels?
No, I didn't have sentinels.
I was able to survive the acid. Just when there's like a dozen robots coming after you.
Yeah.
There was a dozen?
There was a lot. There was a little walker ones, and then there was a bunch of flying ones.
What in the world?
Like, they put me on, like, the worst planet possible.
That's crazy.
I have yet to see that level of aggression on any other planet.
Yeah. That's another thing, actually, going back to the announcement and the trailers. The sentinels and the animals looked amazing in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying they're... I don't know. I don't really, care for the animals, honestly, but now they're... And then, how they are now versus how they were represented is a lot different.
Well, I remember in the trailer, you were walking across a planet, and there was hundreds of animals in front of him.
Yeah, and these big sentinels.
And there was giant creatures and different things.
Yeah,
but
how big do they get?
Not that big.
I've seen only tiny ones.
I've seen a decent sized one, but I know in the trailer, one of them, there was this huge water monster swimming through the water, and this huge dinosaur looking thing. like a brontosaurus basically, and like yeah, I haven't seen anything like it.
I think
in the
you
game.
couldn't go in the water at first, or something.
Really?
Really?
There was something that had to do with water. I know they added the water base building later on.
Yeah.
It was like the Subnautica update or something. I think there was also a multiplayer update,
Was it?
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But I remember people said something about the water.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was nothing to do with
You
it.
can get a submarine now.
That wasn't at first.
I know, obviously, but
Yeah, I'd say yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the animals in the Sentinels are kind of a letdown still.
The Sentinels aren't that bad. They're mostly annoying.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know anything about them. Like, what's the lore behind them?
yeah.
Do you know, Chuck?
I don't.
Huh.
I
Or
think
maybe they'll explain it in the story, but...
That's another thing that's kind of disconnected is the story. It's like Sea of Thieves. Like you can do the quests and like do the story, but I have no motivation to do it. Not
Yeah.
really interested. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make me want to do it.
Yeah, and that's another problem. It's like, what keeps you playing the game?
Yeah. Like exploring, but it gets to a point where, for me, like I don't really care to explore anymore because even though there are cool planets, like I really don't have any drive to go to those planets.
What makes me keep playing the game is getting more money and getting better ships.
Yeah, but you
I
love
just
to
don't know.
grind.
I don't know if it's enough for me. Like just getting more money, you know.
Yeah, true.
Like I know I have me and Caleb both have a freighter now. What is it, freighter? Yeah, so we have this huge ship, and then like you can build your fleet around it.
Yeah.
So
you
you
can have
go
a
to-
total of 30 ships.
Yeah, you can buy other little ships for your fleet, like from other freighters,
Mm-hmm.
and then like slowly build it. Like you can get research ones, you can get trading ones, you can get fighting ones.
Yeah, and they each give you different things
Yeah.
after a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
That's where I got most of my money.
Yeah, how much did you buy your capital ship for?
140 mil, I think.
That's crazy.
yeah.
I haven't even got a mil yet.
Yeah.
But a full stack of a full inventory of those little things that you get from your trading ships is like what 15 million,
15,
depending on the
16 mil.
economy, the galaxy's
Yeah.
economy.
So what else can you do with those ships? Like, can you have them all
You
attack
can-
enemies?
You can have
Yeah.
you can have the ones that attack. You can have the ones that can scan the whole galaxy you're in for certain materials. You can have them. What is it? I'm trying to think of the other ones.
Can you become a space pirate?
You could, yeah. You could destroy other people's fleets.
Like real life people,
You
or
probably get some sort of like, you probably get decreased standing with people.
Oh
with
yeah, you
different
will.
races.
You will.
can you attack other players if you happen to see them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would assume you'd be friendly with them because they're so rare.
I haven't seen anyone
I haven't
other
either.
than you guys, but I joined you guys.
I've seen a bunch of people, but that's
Wait.
because I went to the anomaly.
Oh, not like that.
The
I mean, like-
anomaly is like a hub for everybody.
yeah, no, I mean like in a galaxy.
I've actually seen people.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a story mission, right?
Oh,
So-
okay.
Is all in one planet. So there's a teleporter. So if you go to it and you can like put in all the materials that you need, it teleports you to a planet, and there's like tons of people. It was so laggy. It was ridiculous. There's
Oh,
like
wow.
bases all over the place.
So
It
the-
looked like
I was gonna ask, is the planet literally destroyed?
kind of yeah. It was bad.
That is cool though. So like theoretically, I can find like if you're like in a galaxy like far away from where I am in the universe, I could travel like between galaxies to get to your galaxy, go to the planet, find where you are in that planet,
Yes.
and see you and like interact with you.
Yeah.
And if you have a
That is pretty
teleporter
cool.
on your base, you could just teleport back there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I had something else to say, but
We were talking about freighters or something.
oh. So yeah, Chug, what do you think the incentive is to actually go out to the planet after you have so much money?
I would say there's not really, once you're at the point where I am right now, there's not really any other point except for playing the quests and the story missions to actually go to the planets.
But can you build on your freighters?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
base on my freighter.
That's
So
cool.
what's
I
the
like
point
that.
of making a base on a planet?
There's not really. I
Yeah.
just made one because I was not bored. Just I had so much
because-
so many materials. I was like,
Yeah, because you literally have an entire fleet and like a massive star destroyer
Yeah.
looking thing. Why would you want to go to the planet on a harsh world that there's possibly enemies and
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
Yeah, there isn't really any incentive.
I guess the main drive is exploration.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I mean, if you really like that, like What about Sam? What does he do all the time?
I don't
He
really
just
know. I think he
explores.
just plays the main
He
stories.
doesn't even have a freighter, does he?
He does, but it's
Oh.
like a basic.
Because right now, I feel like the only things I'm doing or trying to find stuff to power my ship to go to other places.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain point, you don't even need to get material anymore.
You just buy it.
You pretty much just buy the material and you're set for like the rest of the time.
Yeah, but I like the idea of the whole mining laser and like you have to go collect materials, but I want to collect more at once.
Yeah.
Because
But-
I run around for half an hour trying to find oxygen.
Yeah. But because of the space element and buying the freighter, there's really no drive to do that. You don't need a grind on the planet.
Yeah.
And I think people just play for the experience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like one
But
thing,
how long will that experience last?
it didn't last long for me. I mean, I probably still play it, but I just don't. I don't know. But basically, I'd say that, or one thing that's cool about it, is like the real time. Everything is in real time. We were
Yeah.
talking about before, but also like the space stations, you can fly into the like the landing area, and it's like fluid. Like there's no
Mhm.
loading screen.
Yeah.
You just fly in, and then like it grabs you and like brings your ship inside.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
I love the Star Wars feel to it.
Yeah.
Like you fly into the hangar of the ship and
Yeah.
get out, talk to people, get back in, and fly to another galaxy.
Yeah.
Like
And
my
it's all
capital
fluid.
freighter that I have, it looks like a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's so cool.
Yesterday, I was in hyperspace. Or no, I don't know if it was hyperspace or just that boost one.
Yeah.
And I was stopped like on my way to the planet, and there was this giant floating circle thing.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was called like an eye or something like that. I don't even know. I destroyed it, and then all these sentinels came after me, and I like sped up to the space station, and I quickly got in right as like they all closed in on me, and I felt so safe in the space station.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of cool, but I have no idea what that thing was and what I just did with destroying
It's
it.
weird. I've never seen that.
It was huge. It was like the space station size.
Oh wow.
I think you're farther than me in the main story.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't really played the main story. I've been doing the side quests.
I only have one quest.
Oh, really? I have like 6.
I have the Awakening one.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I wasn't doing.
Yeah, I went to the space station and like did what they told me to do. But right after I got my hyperdrive, I had no interest in it.
Yeah, pretty much. I got on the game. Ben told me like specifically the ancient bones and whatever. I just did that for a while, got my fleet, and then
You
pretty
did that
much-
for like 3 days straight though.
Yeah.
So you spent a lot of time grinding.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you did the progression like the game like you're supposed to, like you get in the game, do that like what you were doing. You're just playing through the main story. I feel like that.
I'm not playing through the main story though.
That is the main story.
I got my hyperdrive and didn't do anything else after that.
Oh,
Same with me.
huh.
I'm not interested in this story at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing compelling about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Also, you're saying that you were like warping. That's the only loading screen in the game. I think.
That's pretty cool.
And portals. But like, if I'm in one galaxy, I can't fly in real time to another galaxy. I have to warp there.
It
And
doesn't
that's the
feel like a
only
loading screen though,
Yeah, it doesn't feel like loading.
because like you're in hyperspace, so it feels like you're actually traveling to another planet.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're just in like a normal galaxy, going from planet to planet, you might have to wait like 45 minutes or seconds to like a minute.
Yeah.
But even then, it feels cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can go one planet to another planet without the hyperdrive or whatever, and it'll take you like 3 weeks.
What's
Yeah.
also cool about that is you can literally, as you're flying through space, you could literally open up your inventory and like play around with that stuff. So you don't
Yeah.
even need to like just sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like
you're right.
Destiny 2. Remember how you fly to the other planets, but you had to sit in the stupid loading screen?
Yeah.
It feels more real time than that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels immersive because sometimes you're flying around like a fleet that's in your galaxy, and then all of a sudden like some pirates will show up and you have to kill them.
Yeah.
But there's only a couple. It doesn't feel like a big battle like it was promised.
The
Yeah.
only big battles are the freighter battles.
Yeah.
Well, no, I had a freighter battle yesterday,
it wasn't even that big.
and I declined
Yeah.
it after I saved the pirates because I'm hoping to get a capital ship
You
soon.
saved the
Yeah.
pirates?
No, I killed the pirates.
Oh.
But I declined the captain's offer for the ship.
Yeah.
But there was only like 4 or 5 pirates, and it didn't take long at all.
Yeah.
I don't even have a fighter ship.
Yeah, I've only run it like the freighter battles. I've only run into like maybe like 6 pirates.
And I was
Yeah.
reading that the best way to fight is literally just stand in place as they fly around you and just shoot at them.
Yeah, the space battle is like kind of like an iffy thing for me.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I like it, and sometimes it just feels like it doesn't work. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like you're floating around, and I don't know. It's a little like
Clunky.
clunky. Yeah.
The field of view feels a little off in the spaceships. Even though I turned mine up to 90, it still feels off.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I play in third person when I'm playing on my ship.
Not in the spaceship.
What?
Not in the spaceship.
Yeah, in the spaceship.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I thought that was just for the planet.
No.
Oh, I want to do that now. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I only play in third person with my spaceship.
Oh, you playing first person?
I didn't
in
know
the
you could do
spaceship?
third. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Because like I thought it would be the same. Like I was in third on the planet, so I would get in, and it would be third in the ship.
Oh, okay.
no,
You have to
yeah.
actually
Oh.
change that
It's
specifically.
it's hard to fly in first person in the ship.
I've been flying in first this whole time. What in the world? Okay, I gotta do that later. But, yeah, the pirate battles kind of disappointing.
Yeah, definitely nothing like they promised. But at this point, you know, you can't really take anything from the trailers when it first came. You know, when they first announced it, you can't take anything and believe it.
Yeah.
That's how the game's gonna be.
What is that card you can get? Atlas card, I think it's called.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh,
like
I've never gotten that.
V1 Atlas card or something.
something like that.
Yeah,
But we
can
get that
open.
from the story. I
No, I
think.
was reading that it's all by chance.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
like you can happen upon it in your travels, but I don't think there's any set area where you get it.
Is there good loot in those crates that you can open up with them?
I don't know. I mean, probably, but at your level, I don't think you'd even need it.
Yeah, that's true.
You can buy anything you want.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's almost like you're already at the end game. Like obviously you haven't done the story, finished the story, but you're already like where top place you can get. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of why I haven't been playing it a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause it's nothing
And-
really to do,
But I mean,
Yeah.
there is the whole base building on the planet, which
which I did the other day.
there's not a lot of point to it, but it would be cool to have a base on a planet like Ben's.
Yeah.
Ben's is pretty big.
Yeah. But then when you build it, what happens next?
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
weird. It's like I don't know. I feel like the game doesn't really have that much direction.
Oh yeah, I went into Ben's base the other day, and he has these like jukeboxes thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, and he has,
The music's so repetitive.
yeah.
It was like
Didn't
making
he
me
make
go
it, though?
crazy. He did it himself. So funny.
yeah. But he spent a lot of time building his base.
Yeah.
Although he's how many? Whoa,
Wow.
that was weird. I don't know what that was. I'm out of coffee anymore. Okay. How many hours does Ben have?
It's like almost 100, I think.
How many do you
Wow.
have? 30.
Like 35.
But
And
Ben's,
you overtook him in progress.
Oh yeah.
but Ben's into he explored a lot. I feel like that's what he mainly did. He stayed on the planets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're exploring, you should find a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just have to let your freighters get the stuff for you and like get all the money.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much how I did it.
I
That's
feel like
what I mean.
I feel like the planets are like more similar than like the terrain. You know, like the
Yeah.
animals seem really similar because they don't really do anything. They just kind of like wander around.
There's nothing special on the planets.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there are civilizations there, right?
Mm-mm.
Like
I think
why didn't they
that'd
add
be
that?
Cooler. Actually,
I
there
don't know.
there are like these little buildings you can come upon.
Yeah,
every
I've
once
seen
in a while,
those.
but nothing to the point where it's like a city.
I feel like it would be more immersive if the people, like the hub in the space stations, was like they had that in the planets. Like there was like this city you can go in and like there's like this bar place and you talk to people and make connections or something.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Like more Star Wars. Like there's
Yeah.
actually life on the planet besides the weird aliens.
That's what I was gonna say because Star Wars like obviously has this in-depth world. It's like its own world, but No Man's Sky feels like this empty shell.
like they should have civilizations of like a specific race.
Yeah.
Like the Gek, those little lizard creatures.
Yeah, they live on that planet or something.
Or yeah, that planet, or just one city on that planet.
Yeah.
And then across the planet, there's like another one
Yeah.
of those like fighter dudes, whatever you call those. Those things are ugly.
fighter dudes.
Yeah, the fighting race. Like every time you talk to them, your character's like,
Oh, one
I
of
noticed
those.
blood and flesh around his mouth. I'm like, okay.
What in the world? Wait,
Have
I
you
didn't
talked
even
to this?
notice that your character talks.
He kind of like talks to you or talks to himself.
You hear it?
No,
No.
he
Oh.
actually says it in words. It's like it looks different than the normal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the dude will come up to you and say something in an alien language, and then your character will comment on his appearance or something. Like I talked to a Gek yesterday, and he's like, he releases a putrid smelling gas that like it was weird. But yeah, there's that one race. I don't even know what they're called. It starts with a V.
Which ones? The Valak or whatever?
Something like that, yeah. And like a lot of their dialogue is related to like aggression. So like blood was one of the words I learned, and like half of them say something about blood to me.
Oh, don't they look like Klingons a little bit from Star Trek?
No, they have really weird shaped heads.
Oh, true.
And then when they open their mouths, it's like super wide.
Huh. I've probably seen it before.
Probably, yeah. But I talked to a lot of people. Like I went to like 12 galaxies last night and talked to the people on every space station.
I didn't really I talked to a couple, but after like I kind of got bored of that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool to see how you unlock the language over time, but I don't know how much longer I'll be doing that.
Yeah. There's just not like meaningful conversations either.
Yeah, it's weird. Like from what I've gathered, it's like very primitive conversation.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. How do the living ships even work? I know you get an egg, but
You need to get Quicksilver.
Yeah, I think you power it with like a heart. Because Ben gave me a heart.
heart of what?
I have no idea. He just gave me an extra one because he got.
Well, no, you hatch the egg and it turns into a bunch of different parts.
Yeah.
And then over time, it like kind of grows older and older.
Yeah.
And as it like grows
Such
older
a
and older,
weird concept.
I know, it's weird. And eventually it all like combines and turns into like a ship.
Huh.
I asked Ben,
that-
I like specifically why you need one of these.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that like necessary for an update? I don't know if it's like. That's what they're working on?
It's like
I
a
don't
ship that
know.
grows from an egg.
Yeah.
Really cool idea, but
Why?
why not add civilizations on the planets?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, over the last couple years, they've improved so much.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
the game it's pretty good now. But,
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like now that they kind of got the multiplayer down and they have, like, you know, they've fixed a lot of what was wrong with it, they add living ships. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't really understand it.
I mean, they definitely have listened to the community for a lot of different
Mhm.
things,
Oh yeah.
which is really good because if they didn't, their game would have just totally crashed.
Yeah.
But was that even asked for?
I don't
I
I have
don't
no
know.
idea. Because that's the thing. Like, it's just another thing to. I mean, you don't buy it, but that's another thing to basically just, acquire. You
Yeah.
know? You just get more stuff, and then what? You know.
It's like a hoarding simulator.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Get as many ships as you can and then just let them sit in space.
Yeah. I don't know. And yeah. I'm not really sure. It seems like pointless almost. The game.
Yeah.
Like just the core of the game seems kind of like empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another thing. Speaking of empty, I won't spoil it, but basically, like one of the big pushes in the trailers and like before the game was released was getting to the center of the universe. Like that was like the big thing.
Yeah.
And like so, basically, you'd make your way through galaxy until you get to the center of the universe, and there was like a big mystery around it, kind of like what you were saying about the picking away at the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say what's at the center of the universe, but it was like the biggest letdown you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a disappointment.
How many people got there? Was it a lot, or is it just like one person?
I know there was like a one person on YouTube that got there, like he grinded till he got there, and then I don't know. After that, people just like stopped. I think because like when
Yeah.
they saw like what was at the center,
There was like no point.
it was like I can't even understand it. Like why you could have put something there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something good at least.
It was so disappointing. Like I don't know. It's crazy.
Mm. And I remember people talking about what is there even to do
Yeah.
in the beginning. Like they would go around, they see the planets, and they're empty, and that
Yeah.
really hasn't changed.
I mean, you could scan and like learn animals and rocks and plants and stuff. And I think sometimes you can see them on other planets. Like if you put your scanner on, you'll see like, oh, you discovered this on another planet or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can discover animals. Can't you name them too?
You can.
And planets.
Ben
right?
named one sausage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw I like scanned an animal and it said I scanned like sausage and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. But can't you name planets too if you
You
discover
can. You
them?
can name. Yeah, you can name planets.
What
I
did Ben name his? Mouth.
Mouthington or something.
I'm pretty sure that every single planet that I've been to has been an unknown planet, and I discovered it,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Yeah, I found one that was discovered by like a Chinese person or something because the character was disappeared. Like it didn't show up on my screen.
Which is that's pretty cool though. Like you can go to. I mean, your name is on that planet now. you
Yeah.
know, so anyone can go to that planet and see that you discovered it.
And I think on the planet you can chart certain sections. Like you find that flagpole, whatever the thing is. I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah.
It's like a save pole thing.
Yeah, and then it maps out like a region of the planet,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. And I also like how you put your base computer down and then you can claim a section as your own.
Yeah.
So does that prevent someone from building there?
No,
So what does the claim even do?
I don't know. Cause Ben, I was building my base the other day, and Ben, we weren't with each other, right? We were in separate things, like, but we were just on the same planet. And he came over and he was like helping me build my base. So he could delete stuff and put stuff down as he pleased. So I don't know.
So did you join him via Steam though?
I did,
That
but
might
then
have-
he left,
Oh.
and then he joined back,
Yeah.
but not me. He didn't join me. He just joined his base, which I'm right next to. So we weren't in the same group, but we were on the same planet.
Yeah.
So people could grief your base.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine someone comes upon your base, dismantles everything, and like destroys it.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on Reddit the other day. This guy found a really cool looking base, and he made this massive sign that said, "You've really outdone yourself," or something like that. Like this giant sign in the sky.
Oh my. That is
But-
cool though.
I don't like the fact that your base could be destroyed by someone.
Well, I don't know. We didn't really try.
Someone could just make a bunch of random items and just put them all around.
Yeah.
At least, you know.
I mean, the universe is so big that it's hard. I mean, it's pretty unlikely that someone will find it.
But it
And the
is
planet's
probable
huge. Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. But I think that's like a cool element in a way because someone, like, let's say they start on another side of the universe, they somehow make their way to your galaxy and they go to your planet and somehow find your base.
Yeah.
But just to think about that, like they came from across the universe and found your base on a huge planet.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool.
yeah.
And the planet's exactly, well, I think it's exactly how you see it is exactly how they see it,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
I
cool.
wonder how they even store that in their memory.
I have no idea.
Like, is everything stored as little like characters or something?
I don't know.
I think they were talking about some way that they made like an algorithm or something that was able to store all this memory in some way.
Because that's pretty impressive.
I'm pretty sure that probably like the universe, the galaxies that haven't been explored are like unopened or something, or they're like in the background, or they're not even like generated yet. But once someone finds them, then they're generated. And
Yeah.
then they're in their servers.
Yeah, because the loading screen, like
Yeah.
basically the warping into the different galaxies.
Yeah, that probably generates
it probably opens it up.
Generates all the planets and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably compressed or something, and they're not really anything. And then once someone finds it, then they're generated, and then they're in the server.
Yeah. But it's impressive how fast they generate it.
And the planets are, and some of
Yeah.
the galaxies have like 5 to 10 planets or something.
And some of the planets are huge.
Yeah, and they have moons. Some of them.
I haven't been to any moons yet.
I have moons. Well,
They
they're-
look a lot. They look
they're basically
very
planets.
similar to the planets.
they're basically
Oh.
little planets. Yeah,
There's not a lot of variety on the planets though.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
There's
there
been
are
a couple cool planets.
there are biomes and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Are there?
No,
there's like-
a planet is a biome.
that's what I mean. There are different biomes on planets.
yeah.
Although I've been to some planets that have water like on one side. Like there's an ocean and then there's another section that's like snowy area or something.
That's kind of cool.
I was on a moon last night, and there was like, on the moon there was like floating islands.
Floating.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah, it was cool. So I got my ship and like flew onto them.
Kind of reminds me of the Ark update with the lunar biome.
Yeah,
There's all those
Yes.
floating islands.
yeah. I still want to try that.
Yeah,
Genesis?
Genesis.
Mm,
A lot of people like it, but it didn't get the best Steam reviews,
yeah,
which I don't always trust Steam reviews.
yeah. Sometimes people can be salty for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One YouTuber will say something bad about it, then they'll all like witch hunt the developer.
Yeah.
I've probably played it the least. I definitely have played it the least. I have about 7 hours in the game. But my initial impressions are very mixed.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't outright say it's worth it, but I'm not going to say it's not worth it either. Because some people might be really into that exploration and base building.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I don't see what there is to keep me playing. Like at least with Sea of Thieves, you can have a lot of fun with your friends fighting other people and stuff.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky doesn't really have incentives to play with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, you can play with them, but it seems like every time I play with Chug or Ben or both of them, I just kind of like do my own thing, like fly off.
Yeah,
But then, like, where do you fly to? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because in multiplayer, it doesn't save it. It doesn't save your progress. Or no, it saves your
saves-
progress. It
not
doesn't
your
save your
location.
location.
But yeah, I'm kind of in the middle about it, and then I'll have to play a little bit more to see if I really say it's worth it or not. But it really depends on what kind of games you like.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I've played it more than you, but not as much as Chug.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. I'd say the first couple hours, it was kind of like amazing almost. Like I was amazed by everything. I was like, oh man, like I can go to that planet. I can go to this planet. I can fly around the planet, go in these caves, like all this stuff. And it was like this huge, like amazing world universe that I could like explore.
Yeah.
And then once I got my ship and then I got my freighter, it kind of died for me. I have no push to look into the story. And whenever I join Chug or, like I said before, there's really nothing we do together. I mean, we mine the artifacts just to sell them. But is that really what the game is about?
Yeah.
Just getting stuff and selling it so you can make more money.
I mean, for me, when I first started, it wasn't amazing. I was actually quite annoyed at the whole tutorial, and especially the planet they put me on.
Yeah.
I spent like so long dying, coming back, collecting materials, dying, and it took a while to get going.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better now that I finished that.
Yeah. So it's like the animals don't really do it for me because I just find them as like random. Obviously, they're generated, but it just seems like they don't have any uniqueness about them.
Yeah.
They're just like these little creatures that kind of run around, and they don't even have like traits. Like they don't attack you. There's not ones that attack you.
Some of
if
them
you
do.
hit them, if you shoot them.
I had a random thing come up to me and attack me yesterday.
Yeah, there's some that are aggressive.
Not very
Yeah.
many though.
Yeah. And then most of the planets kind of seem to mend together. Like obviously, like some of them are water and some of them are like desert.
There needs to be more
winter.
variety.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think like it's a really cool experience and it's definitely something to look into if you're kind of into that. But it just seems really empty. Like it seems like the game really doesn't have any purpose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But obviously, like where it's come from, it's come a long way. And now
Yeah.
the game is, pretty good,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well,
But-
you guys know that I play a lot of games that you guys don't like to play.
yeah.
And I don't know, I kind of like the grind sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's I feel like No Man's Sky is actually worth it if
So it's
you like
worth
the
the
grind.
$35. You think that we
See,
got
I
it
only
on
paid
sale?
20.
I
Oh,
paid
it was
20.
on sale for that.
No, I got it on a
We
site.
got it off
Oh,
Keys or something.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, I had extra Steam credit, so I got it for like 35.
Yeah.
Or something.
Let's say like let's go off a Steam price. 35.
35? I would pay 35 for it cuz I literally got like almost 40 hours out of the game.
Yeah.
So I would say every hour for $1.
I don't know.
I'd say $20. I wouldn't say lower than that, but maybe 25 max.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about 35 for it.
I would say it's worth it for the people like me who like to see a progression with different like
But then there's only
money
to a
and-
point. Like once you get the freighter, there is no progression after that other than
Yeah,
like
that's
keep
true.
collecting more money.
But Ben likes building games.
Yeah.
So people like him that like building games, like he plays Brick Rigs a lot and Stormworks and those
Minecraft.
kind of games. Yeah, Minecraft.
Trailmakers.
Yeah. Games where you can build a base and stuff like that. If you like that, then you'll probably like this game.
Mm-hmm. But at least with brick rigs like and stuff like that, you can actually like do mechanics, like make suits and like trains and stuff like that. This like
Yeah.
you make a base and then what? You
Yeah,
know?
I don't know.
Like you can't modify your ship. I don't think, right? Or you can. You can buy
can.
mods to it, but not like huge modifications.
Yeah, my ship, my Starfighter is worth 155 million because of all the upgrades and stuff I placed in it.
Yeah.
And I literally upgraded the tier. I upgraded it to S class.
Oh, wow.
So it's I
Huh.
literally have like 48 slots in my Starfighter.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it all just depends on how much time you want to put into it.
So let's say though, what would keep you playing this game?
I mean, there's nothing really keeping me playing it right now.
just the grind.
Pretty
guess.
much. I just get on to
See, For me, well, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I feel like some games need a purpose. You know, like
Yeah.
if I'm gonna play, like something that doesn't really have a purpose is like, let's say, like Call of Duty. Like if I play a match of Call of Duty, I know that, well, you get XP and stuff, but you just play because it's like satisfying.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And I like the quick round aspect of that.
But like this, it's not a quick round. Like you need to like spend time in it, and there's really nothing to gain at the end other than money. But
That
with
is
the money,
true.
you buy more ships, and then with those ships, you haul more stuff. So
Yeah. I remember in school one time we were having a discussion in economics about analysis paralysis and too many choices. I feel like there's too many things to do in No Man's Sky, but yet not enough to do. It's a really weird,
It's strange.
like
Like it's
anomaly.
this
Or what do you
universe-
call that there? Like a paradox?
Yeah,
Like literally a universe, yet not enough to do in the universe.
Yeah.
it is pretty weird. Yeah, it's like they built this humongous universe that you can. Well, they made this universe that you can explore, and yet when you get into each galaxy, it's like the same as before, but yet different. It's like a different skin on it,
Yeah.
and there's really like not much purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for the story because I haven't really done much of the story. Actually, Chug, you've done some of the story.
A little bit.
Is it?
It's not. I didn't do
Intriguing.
the main story. I just did a bunch of the side quests,
Yeah.
and you unlock new blueprints so you can make new things in your base, like
Yeah.
exocraft and poop like that. But
Hmm.
not to the extent where it's like, oh, the story's so good.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not like.
So there's an infinite amount of playtime, but not enough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like there are a couple changes they can make, like the better things on planets. Maybe a change to the animal system,
Yeah.
civilizations on the planets. What else?
I don't know. I say civilization, just deeper world building. I think.
Yeah,
You know, like factions on the planets.
maybe like warring factions.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or
Well,
you can,
there
like,
there
join-
are aggression. If you look on the economies, on the different galaxies, there are the types of if you could tell, there's like all these different words whenever you join a new galaxy.
Mhm.
It could say like it's a peaceful galaxy, or if it's an aggressive galaxy. It all depends on the pirates in the area.
Yeah. But how about on the planets?
Not really.
Like, what if
It's
there was
just
like
up in
two
space.
factions that were warring against each other, and somehow you know, and then you flew to the planet, and then you got caught in the mix of it, and you can join one faction
Yeah,
or join the other one, or like
Yeah.
and the planets are the core of the game.
they're supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why they haven't done more with the planets.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, maybe there's limitations with storage and stuff like that. That
Yeah. I
could be.
mean, they did accomplish something pretty huge.
yeah.
Mhm.
Really huge.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they're not doing much or many changes to the generation aspect of the planet
Mm-hmm.
because there's already so many that have been generated, and they'd probably have to make major changes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
they'll ever add stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know if it can be done.
Hmm.
So basically, I'd say for me, based on what the game is now, I'd say it's really,
It's like 50-50.
I don't know. I think it's like 75, 25.
25-4?
What?
75-4 playing it or 75 to not play it?
75 to not play it.
Hmm.
Because after I'd say about like 10 hours, you could probably get the fleet or you can get your freighter and then, start building fleet. But then after that, there's really nothing to do other than the story.
Mm-hmm.
And the story isn't intriguing enough to like make me want to play it.
Yeah.
For us,
exactly.
anyway. I mean, some
For-
people
yeah,
might
for-
really
yeah.
enjoy it.
I'd say for someone like Ben that like likes building games, obviously he got like 100 hours out of it. So it's definitely worth it for him. For me, I'd say like the price point is like you want to wait for its sale.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's not worth revisiting unless it's like $20.
Yeah. Just wait for a sale.
$20 is a good price for it.
But even then, like you shouldn't expect to get a lot
Yeah.
out of it.
I mean,
fulfilled.
at least 20 hours.
Yeah,
I would say that.
and it is, I guess, more fun to play with friends. But there's really nothing to do with your friends.
Well, if you
other than
build a base together,
yeah,
then if you actually like plan to do stuff together, then yes. Because we really, whenever we played, we all just got on and went our
Yeah.
separate ways.
Yeah, and I never joined you last night because I was too busy galaxy hopping.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe once I have everything I ever wanted in the game, settle down with some friends and make a cool base.
Yeah.
yeah.
But for a while, you're going to spend grinding, collecting stuff, and just upgrading yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many hours that takes, but You could do your way where you become a millionaire and just buy everything,
Yeah.
or you could do it the normal way and probably progress through the story and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, there are a lot of options.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people who like building games would enjoy this a lot.
Yeah.
So, Chug, what's your final word on it?
I would say it's worth it if there's a sale.
Okay.
Still?
Hmm?
Still? Like, you're not, like, for the $35? You're not for that?
Your guys' arguments were really good before with the
Yeah.
point where, because right now I don't really have an incentive to play because I literally have
Same,
like
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, even though you love grinding,
Yeah.
you don't have any.
There's
incentive
not
to
even an
grind.
incentive to grind anymore because I can't even grind anymore.
Yeah.
I literally have like the best stuff.
I mean,
So I would say just wait for a sale.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, even though the game has probably the biggest turnaround of all of the games we talked about,
Mhm.
I'd say it has the biggest turnaround.
Yeah, I'm
Only-
glad they listened to the fans, but I don't know.
It's
I think the overpromising just kind of made it.
ruined it.
Yeah, ruined it for everyone.
Yeah.
If they had just, like, I saw something when I was researching earlier that Sean Murray said it was supposed to be a niche game,
Mm-hmm.
and then why do you overpromise it?
Yeah.
Like, I could see it being good as a niche game, just like
Yeah.
exploring and stuff, but that was a huge launch.
yeah. And that was a couple of years ago. It's
Mhm.
2020, and that they were talking about overhyping it in 2016.
Yeah.
So, well, actually 2015, I think, because they delayed it a couple times in 2016.
hmm
Yeah.
So imagine how bad it was then.
Oh my
Aw.
goodness, I can't even. Yeah.
It's probably unplayable then.
$60 for that though?
I'd be very mad if I had bought
I
that.
feel bad for people that paid for it. So
Like,
even
I'd be happier with buying Sea of Thieves for 60 than that.
yeah,
So
same.
Jada, what do you think?
Well, I kind of said it before. Like, I'm 50-50 about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It really depends on what kind of game player you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you like exploration, you like some story, even though it's not very intriguing, you'll probably like the game. But definitely a sale. All right, that's it for our last episode of Is It Worth Revisiting? We might return to this series in the future, but we'd like to start doing some other stuff in the meantime. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.